Finally got myself a car. This is a 1998 Ford Escort SE. My grandfather gave it to me after his wife passed away in July. Or at least he recently gave it to me. He's been hanging on to it for a while and decided he doesn't really need it. He's already got a Ford Fusion, so he doesn't need this. It's decently taken care of besides the paint. Although the paint's still in pretty good shape. No rust, not even any patina underneath actually. It's got 40,000 miles and some change. And it's got a remote. Although it's already unlocked. $44.23, and according to this sticker, I gotta change the oil pretty soon. Pretty cheap car, although kind of expected. It is on the same platform as the Mazda Protege. I got the interior pretty decently detailed, even cleaned up the mats, although they're kind of muddy again because melting snow. Cleaned up everything really good. Did the windows are kind of scraped up because the windshields on it, or the wipers on it were pretty shitty. So I guess I'll just pop the hood. We'll take a look at the engine. Oh, there's some stains on the paint too. I gotta clay bar this. 2.0 liter 4-cylinder, the usual. Split port induction. That sounds pretty neat. No leaks on it except for around the intake. I kind of expected that though. They always leak there. It's mainly, I think, just fuel and oil. Transmission doesn't have any leaks. The intake tube is dry rotted. Brand new battery. Brand new timing belt too. That's pretty cool. I don't have to change that. Gave it somewhat of a scrubbing, but I didn't really have any stuff to properly clean the engine bay. But I'll take care of that sometime in the spring when I can pull the pressure washer out, and I'll give this a better cleaning. Headlights were adjusted too low. I had to adjust those. Even though it's a compact car, can't argue with the amount of trunk space there is. I mean, it's decent. But you can see it's pretty clean. I had to vacuum out a lot of pieces of glass. I think at some point one of these windows got broken. And someone did try to break into the trunk. I want to get that lock replaced one of these days when I can afford it. Came with these visors, these fairings. The one on the rear passenger side has this corner missing out of it, but that's no problem. Came with everything except for cruise control, and doesn't have, what else doesn't it have? Doesn't have ABS, but I don't think any of them did for these years. I can't remember the other option it was missing. Oh, no tachometer on the dash either. Usually they'll have a tachometer there and they put this gauge on the other side, kind of like the Tauruses. But anyway, I'll start it up and then I'll get a tripod set up in the back seat so that we can take it for a drive, because I don't want to hold the camera all day. Even got an automatic driver's side down. No cruise control though. Typical stereo. Four-speed automatic. Still has the manual. This glove box likes to rattle. And the steering wheel was squeaking because there's a rubber bushing under there where it goes through the firewall. That I had to put some silicone spray on that. It's quieted up now. Stereo is decent.
From listeners thanking me.
I mean, it leaves a bit to be desired, but that's kind of to be expected. It's whatever. Everything works good on it and everything. So I guess I'll just get the tripod all set up and we'll get going. Side. Transmission responds pretty well. I was driving the Honda Accord for a while and the transmission started to go on that, where it doesn't grip right away, so it kind of jerks you forward if you hit the gas too soon, too quickly. Brakes work good too. Steering's a bit misaligned, but it tracks down the road pretty smooth. Actually smoother than other stuff I've driven. There's no armrest here either in the center because they put the parking brake right smack in the middle. Does pick up speed pretty nicely if you give it the beans. I expected this car to do it, considering how lightweight it is. It is a tiny engine, but it seems to have good torque. It pulls pretty nicely. It stays in the taller gears even when you want to speed up, but it really doesn't seem to break a sweat doing it. Fantastic economy car. Brakes work when you hit the pedal immediately, as they should. In the Honda, the pedal goes halfway to the floor before it starts working, but I think that's due to the fact that it needs the brakes bled out. I'm just pleased to have a car where everything works. Can't argue with the miles. My apologies if there's sun glare. Came in one of these, which actually is kind of effective. It's cheap plastic dollar store stuff, but it works. At some point I'd like to put some insulation on some stuff so it doesn't rattle as much. And I don't hear the wind as much. I don't hear pebbles kicking up against my door panels. can hear the engine running when I open the hood. Runs really good. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Not really much to it, but you know, it's pretty exciting for me. This is the first car I can actually call my own. Taurus up there has got transmission trouble, and I've had to put in a new one. I haven't done it yet. I've just had the front end torn apart. It's been on those jack stands for like 6 months. And the Honda's not mine, but I've been wanting to get out of that anyway. So this is pretty nice. I think the only fixes I really had, the only things I had to do to it so far was replace the wiper blades. Those needed to be replaced bad. And had to tighten up a bolt in there on the bumper because it was rattling like crazy. I could hear it from inside the car. Not sure what I'm going to do about the bumper here because it's pretty bad. It's faded to the point where it's just not there anymore. I mean, it looks like I could do something with it. Maybe I could sand it and then buff it. But I think ultimately I'd have to get touch-up paint or something and try to spray it. The rest of the paint, it's got these little stains that are embedded in it. The whole thing's got swirl marks all over it. It was taken care of mechanically and all that. Nice and well maintained, low miles, barely driven. But as far as the paint goes and cleaning it, it's spent pretty much all its life down in Philadelphia. And as a matter of fact, it was bought at a dealership brand new at Chapman Ford in Northeast Philly. I'm the second owner, and I'll take good care of it. It'll be in good hands for the rest of its life, at least until I can get myself the vehicle I really want to get. I'm heading off to automotive training next month, and when I get out of there and start getting into the workforce, I'll be able to afford something bigger. And I guess I'll hand this down to my younger brother. Or at least I said that I'd be given I'd let him learn to drive on this while I'm going, so I can't take it with me to campus. So yeah, just a little introduction to the car. Might be doing videos on working on it, but I doubt it, but you never know. Thanks for watching, and yeah, see you later.